a very old Paiute medicine wheel. There are some giant boulders here that fell off this mesa. There's two amazing things for us to see. I think this is going to be quite the hike, that's for sure. Welcome everyone to Weekend Escapades. Behind me is a mesa, and we're going to get to the top and see some history that most people have not heard about or have forgotten about. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as it's for free and it sure helps the channel. Come along and join the adventure. It's going to be pretty gradual for a few hundred yards and then straight up. One thing about this location is what's at the top of this mesa is kind of rare and something we didn't know existed in St. George. It's times like this you have to wonder, is the juice worth the squeeze? Little relief right here. Can't tell if there's a snake back there or not.
You got to watch it for those snakes because these rocks warm up when it's cool at night. They'll come out to warm up on these rocks as the sun warms them up. We've been by this mesa so many times and never realized how much history is located at the top, and that is why we're climbing up this hill. The southern Paiutes, closely related to the southern Utes, entered the Four Corners region between 850 and 430 years ago. The Navajo people, also known as the Dani, expanded their population in the area in the 1890s, sometimes leading to conflict with the Utes and the Paiutes. And prior to the horse, the Utes lived off the land, establishing a unique relationship with the ecosystem. And let me tell you, we're in that ecosystem.
There's two amazing things for us to see. One, forgotten ancient history, and another one from 1923. I can't wait to show you these locations. I'm just glad I can show it to you without you having to go on this steep hike.
And steep it was. But look at the views from this location. It's even a little taller or higher than it seems from down below. When you get up here, the views are amazing. And I found these steps on Google Earth, and it was worth it.
Oh, here they are. Right here. The climb will be worth it. Okay. I hope so. That's a great sign right there.
Each step had a word on it that said, "The climb will be worth it." And if you're tired of seeing my rear end climb a hill, well, that's coming to an end because we are near the top.
All right, so I think we're past the cliff part. You know, like the top of the mesa where the cliff would hang down straight, vertical. Came up at an angle. Right about the top of those rocks, up this trail, we should be on the top and see some amazing pieces of history. So the first thing at the top is kind of a makeshift medicine wheel. Now we're here on this mesa, this hike, for an actual medicine wheel that was put here by the Paiutes. This one's going to be further up the hill. I think this one here was just made, you know, locally by hikers and people that came up here with all the rock and shale that's on the trail. Because realistically, we have to go all the way up here. You can see there's a gentleman standing next to a flag up there, a couple people coming down. That's where we're going to come out on the trail. And just on top of that, then, there should be an ancient medicine wheel. And beyond that, something else that is spectacular that a lot of people don't know about. All right. Giant flat rock. Oh no, wait a minute. That is not a flat rock. This is absolutely a 100-year-old piece of history. Let me share with you what this piece of cement is. This is a navigation arrow that was used for airmail and then passenger flights. So this piece of cement is over 100 years old as of this year. And you could see that this is an arrowhead where I'm standing. And this is facing towards Salt Lake City. Now there's 3 navigation arrows in St. George, Washington, and over on the Quail Creek Black Ridge. They put the flag here with a solar light on it. I didn't see this before when I looked it up, but if you look at the square on the back, that is where they would house a generator house to be able to light the beacon that was on this platform here. And you'll see the metal where this tower was. So there was a tower here, and it had 4 legs. It went up. It was a tower with a giant light on it that lit this up, and these were supposedly painted bright yellow. There were 1,500 of these across the United States. Ultimately, I want to think in the first year when they built these, West Coast and from East Coast to West Coast, I think it was all the way from New York through to Los Angeles, there were about 235, 233, 35, something like that. And that is exactly what this is. This is a piece of American aviation history. And a lot of these were dismantled in World War II because they were worried about foreign attacks and people seeing these navigation arrows and using them to find their way to locations for bombings, which ultimately never happened. But luckily, we are allowed to share this piece of history with you. And I think it was in Montana that there was still, up until 2018, around 15 of these arrows that were still functioning, believe it or not. So these were amazing locations. A lot of them had electricity, but a lot of them had that generator house that was on the back square, and they would have to come up and fuel those generators to keep these beacons lit up for airmail and, of course, passenger flights at night. So these allowed all the flights to fly at night and also find their locations to where they were going. So obviously, that's headed towards Salt Lake, and that towards Los Angeles. $2025. So a little bit more history here. The first nighttime airmail flights started on July 1st, 1924, by eliminating the transfer of mail to rail cars at night. The coast-to-coast delivery time of airmail was really reduced by 2 business days. And eventually, there were 284 of the beacons in service. With a June of 1925 deadline, the 2,665-mile lighted airway was completed from New York all the way to San Francisco. And in 1927, the lighted airway was complete between New York and Salt Lake City. So this one here. And then Los Angeles to Las Vegas, Los Angeles to San Francisco, and New York to Atlantic, and then Chicago to Dallas. So 4,121 miles in total. And in 1933, the Transcontinental Airway System totaled 1,500 beacons and 18,000 miles. All right, we are looking for this ancient medicine wheel on a path that's not very well marked, kind of overgrown. There's a fake medicine wheel up on the trail. That is not what we're looking for. So it might be just right up over this ridge. I actually see a piece of wood sticking out of the ground that I think I saw on Google Earth that might be an indicator. A little burnt piece of wood there. All right, see if we can find this thing. It's warming up. All right, so we have found the medicine wheel. The trail is really poorly marked, and there's like a fake medicine wheel. I almost wonder if they put it there to keep people from trying to find the real one. Right in front of me, I'm going to share with you a very old Paiute medicine wheel. So you may be able to see it, but these are the rocks that surround this medicine wheel. It has been here for quite some time. Barely a trail that goes around it. I'm going to get up on that rock where Lisa's at and film it looking down so you can get a better view to show you this complete medicine wheel. And those are the large rocks that are in the middle of it. Now, it wasn't long ago, well, you can still see them. So right here is the line to the outer circle, and another line to the outer circle here. And there was 4 sections to the medicine wheel. And one is a north, south, east, and west quadrants of the medicine wheel, because they all have significant meanings. I'll share a picture here and a little bit of history as to what medicine wheels are all about. You know, a few of you may know more about it than me, but just what I read history-wise, when I read medicine wheel, I started learning about them, because this one I had no idea was on this hillside. So this is the Paiute medicine wheel near Shinob, I believe this is called, Shinob Kibe, and we're in Washington County, Utah. It is a sacred site and a place of refuge for the Paiute people, with a history of spiritual significance and defense against raids from Navajos and Ute tribes. Now, what this means is that the Great Spirit Mountain is a sacred mountain for the Paiute people, and the medicine wheel near its summit is a place for healing and spiritual connection, and we are standing right outside of that medicine wheel. In the 1800s, the mesa served as a refuge for Paiutes fleeing raids from Navajo and Ute tribes. And they would capture women and children. And so they would flee to this hillside and hide here, and probably have a few spiritual sessions right here next to this medicine wheel.
Now, the medicine wheel seen here represents the rings of the medicine wheel: west, east, north, and south, and usually consisted of 4 quadrants and then 4 inner circles: emotional, spiritual, physical, and mental, wind, earth, fire, and water, and so on. The elements consisted of cedar, sage, tobacco, and sweetgrass. And then, of course, the 4 seasons: winter, fall, summer, and spring.
Oh, and there's another one there. You see it? So there's multiple lines. There's definitely one here. You can see the line fixtures. This had multiple. I think this ended up with 8 quadrants instead of 4, which is really interesting. One here, one here, one here. Should I try and channel my spirit animal? All right, so after finding the actual ancient medicine wheel, the Paiute medicine wheel, right alongside the trail is this medicine wheel that I'm standing in. Of course, it was made recently. Maybe it was put here to throw people off to not go over and see the ancient medicine wheel, which is just over this ridge, but very hard to find. I imagine a lot of people would come up here and not be able to find it. If you see it on Google Earth, well, it shows up pretty good if you zoom in, but when you're up here, kind of hard to see where that path would be. But anyway, we hope you enjoyed this video of the ancient medicine wheel and a piece of American history with the old navigation arrows. And until the next one, goodbye from Weekend Escapades.